You
All right,
know?
hey, what do you say?
Are we?
Are
How
we-
dare you?
What a way to start.
Are we starting? Have we started?
Let's start.
We've started.
I mean, it looks recorded to me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pleasure Whale podcast. My name is Harrison Scopes. As you already know, I'm not going to hit the table for the rest of this podcast. I get yelled at in every episode. With me is my co-host, Chris Wakis.
Hey.
And then from there, you go.
Oh, okay. Usually Harrison keeps talking, but I guess today it makes more sense for me to do this because we have a special guest in the studio with us today. He's a close personal friend of mine, really funny comedian and podcaster and LA native. Please put your hands together for Max Halpert, everybody. Welcome.
Put
What's
your
up,
hands
guys?
together in your
Oh.
Take your hands off the wheel of your vehicle and clap for Max Halpert, everyone.
There it is.
Thank you guys for having me, gentlemen. Just quick question. Is this called Pleasure Whale because you're both two large boys jerking each other off on camera?
That's going to be Patreon once we get there.
Okay.
What?
Right now, it's a tease.
That's the
right?
extra
we're just,
Pleasure
we're just
Whale,
teasing the audience.
$5 a month.
Yes.
Pleasure whale tease.
Yeah, Chris is unaware that we're going to be jerking off together
hell
soon,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it'll happen naturally.
I do. Okay, I can't believe this is happening. I
mean,
do
if you
have
want
an anecdote.
subscribers, you got to make it.
Yeah,
Continue.
that's true. I have an anecdote about friends jerking each other off.
I mean,
Are you
that's
interested?
Is that where we want to start?
I don't know if this is where we should
I
start,
mean, if
but
we're
it
getting
is.
into it, let's get into it.
It's pleasure. By the way, that belongs to Pete Holmes.
Sorry.
You did this to me last time. You can't own a phrase.
doesn't own get
Pete
into it.
Holmes, suck my dick again, Pete Holmes. We can get into it too. What are you getting into that we can't get into, Pete? We can share the let's get into it.
I think get into it is communist term. I think all can get into it.
Communist term.
They're saying that in China.
I can't do. I'm not going to do the
voice.
voice. I'm not going to do
All
the
right,
voice.
Shane Gillis.
All right, let's get into it. Chinese accent. Okay.
If I had a keyboard in here, sorry.
All right, I'll just explain it briefly. When I was in high school, there was a van. I grew up in Las Vegas. There was a van, I guess.
Oh my God.
that would go to the high schools and find like 18-year-old men, like seniors or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, "Hey, do you want to make $1,000?" And then they say yes, and they're like, "Okay, you want to go do what you're gonna do is basically just get naked in front of your friend, and then it escalates.
They try to get you to do gayer shit.
Yep, and then you make more money.
Yeah.
And a couple of people in my class did it, and then the thing was called straightcollegemen.com. A lot of people went on, saw them doing it.
Friend of the pod,
Yeah.
straightcollegemen.com.
Were they just jerking off?
Some of them, most of them,
Some
yes.
of them held
Okay.
strong.
Some of them, dude, yeah, some of them made a real career out of it. And I'm not going to name any names, and I'm happy for them. I guess what happens in Vegas, yeah. I mean, they do have the AVN Awards in Vegas, the
Yeah.
Adult Video Awards. And
I'm privy.
Oh, you're privy. It's good to know. Everyone in here should be privy.
Yeah.
Including Indy in the booth. We know he's privy.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Tori. I don't know if you knew that.
I think Tori's aware.
It's
Oh,
funny.
she's aware.
Tori's already been to the website we're talking about.
StraightCollegemen.com.
Yeah.
But
SCM as it's known.
yeah, this is not a plug for it. Don't pull it up. Oh, my God, don't pull it up.
No.
Oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. Do not pull it up. Wait, that's my homie. Don't pull it up, dude.
I just want to put it out there that I scream no, not because I'm afraid of seeing two guys jerk off together, but whenever you bring something up on the TV, I always think it's going to be in the final recording. And I'm like, don't make me edit out dicks.
The camera can't see the TV thing.
Yeah, not always.
The funny thing
they
is, I
can
think
put
it
it up
makes
when they
more
want.
money because it's straightcollegeguys.com. If it was gaycollegeguys.com, no gay men would actually pay for it.
No, there's no thrill in a gay
Yeah,
man.
exactly. There's no chase.
Right, there's no chase. That's right.
When I was in high school, there was this weird guy that would pay you $100 to pee on him.
What?
And he would do the same thing. This was just a creepy guy.
At the school?
No, he didn't work there, but it was
Okay.
like a local vagabond.
Yeah, okay.
And I, for one, I know that like 6 kids from my school all peed on him at the same time. He gave them all a $100 bill.
All at the same time?
Yeah, it was like a
Look,
circle pee.
You
which-
got him.
and
That seems so easy.
It's so lucrative.
I would pee on somebody for $100.
I know.
There's no touch. There's no eye contact.
Yeah, there's no risk.
That's the easiest way to make $100 for beer
No
that
risk,
I've ever heard. Yeah.
high reward. But I'm a little offended I never got the offer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you just want to be asked?
Yeah, like I just want to be included. I would have said
you know.
no, though. I will say, despite
Was
now, I would have said I'd
Was
say
it only
yes,
men
but
peeing? Were there any
it was
women involved?
definitely
Okay,
dudes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the aim.
Yeah,
the issue.
get
Yeah,
the
the
shiwi.
aim.
Got to get a
Yeah,
shiwi.
'cause, yeah.
What's a shiwi?
A shiwi is like a little.
little-
It's it's like a.
It's the conical insert for women's hoo-haws so that they can pee standing up.
Yeah.
There we go. It's right on the. We got it. On
There
the
it is.
screen.
The
Yeah,
shiwi, the
shiwi.
female urine device.
Urine device.
Friend of the pod, the FUD.
Yeah, sponsor
Friend of
us,
the pod.
please.
So-
Yo, Shiwi, we will run an ad for you.
No.
For $6.
Oh my
no,
God! For
why?
$6?
This is
$6?
Yeah.
Let's run an ad. Why the shiwi? You know, let women pee standing up.
And also, if someone from Shiwi wants to come piss on my face, I'll give you $100 back.
Oh
Wait
my
a second.
God.
Yeah. That's a $94 swing.
I was the guy.
You were the guy. Oh.
This is
Very
funny
nice,
because
very nice. It was brought it around.
I actually own Shiwi. So this. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
If you were the owner of Shiwi, we'd
What?
be in a nicer studio.
Yeah, I'm sure the shiwi makes bank. And look, you love a simple product.
I love a
'Cause
good
it's
product.
Just a little
tube.
piece of plastic
It's
with
just a
some
tube
marketing.
to stick in your pussy with some marketing. Exactly.
with some marketing. I wonder, was that created before or after the gender neutral bathroom thing?
Before. It's been a thing for a
Before,
while.
yeah.
Oh, really?
I remember seeing stuff about this when I was like,
Do you think the Shiwi lobbied for gender neutral bathrooms so they had more of a reason to use the
I think it's
you
a
know what
gag
I mean?
gift. I don't
okay.
think any woman is really
yeah,
like,
well,
I want to
think
use
it's just
a urinal.
anybody who. Well, I don't know. Have you seen these festival ladies?
Or have you ever
That's
gone
true.
to a-
Yeah, I mean, if I were a woman and the choice was squat
In
or
one of
like
those
use one of these things in a porta potty,
porta potties,
Shiwi
yeah. Shiwi would
is the
be
way.
shit.
maybe I don't know if Shiwi is marketed to the festival crowd,
It should be.
but
That's,
it should
that's
have a-
what it is marketed.
instead of
to.
trading bracelets,
It's
Just
just-
yeah,
no, don't trade colored
Taylor Swift, new marketing
Concerts?
opportunity.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, these girls, they don't pee. I mean, they'll pee in bags to just not miss
this is
the
true.
problem, you know?
I stood in the same spot for 8 hours to see Paul McCartney at a festival, and I could have used a fucking
Yeah,
bag to
Shiwi.
piss in.
What? Yeah. I don't.
McCartney.
I went to a couple festivals in my life, and I was like, "This isn't for me."
I've had a lot
Really?
of fun at the ones
Yeah.
I've gone to, but I'm very selective.
Yeah, I mean, you got 8 hours. You really got to want it.
Well, you're
I
usually
wanted
on
it.
a lot of drugs.
That's another good point. Not really a drug guy.
I was
Yeah.
sober.
You were
Although at that concert was one of the only times I've taken a drug from strangers because it was these high
Mm.
school kids that were smoking weed next to me, and I was like, they can't even leave. Like, what are they gonna do? Dose me, and then I'll just kill them? Like, it's like
Depends what they're dosing you with.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, unless they just took
Yeah,
it. But
it's
I was like,
PCP.
they're smoking the weed,
Yeah,
and they're like
okay, well,
18. I'll smoke the weed.
It's something
with them.
that they were.
Yeah, they were
weed
doing
is
it.
not dosing you, okay?
You
If they
could
give you a
do- you-
mysterious pill.
You
that's
could dose
dosing
someone
you.
with weed.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
if
you
it's
can
laced.
dip a joint in like acid. And-
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
dude.
technically you can, but that's like people who are cool and actually like you.
You ever
like,
seen Get Him to the Greek?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, sorry. There's
It's a
not
Jeffrey.
Yeah, there's
All right.
not
Yes.
actually Jeffries unless you're with cool people. Like, but
Yeah.
they're gonna share that with you in like love. It's not gonna be like some random dose. Like I was at a concert and somebody gave me like a pill that was Molly, and it was probably meth.
It's meth.
It was
Yeah, it was
probably
meth. It was definitely meth.
It was
Yeah.
100% meth. I was looking at my phone, which, on drugs, the phone looks as foreign as it actually is. We won't get into that.
No, we can't get into that. I mean, I
I love
agree.
this.
I remember,
agree.
like, it was not a great, and I knew it wasn't a great. I could just tell by the crystalline structure of the drug. Not that I'm a pharmacologist.
What do you know about the lattice?
Oh, I know about the lattice.
Okay.
Dude, I know hexagonal, and I know
Yep.
convexed, and
Yep.
I also know other 3-syllable words that make me sound smart.
I know some of these words.
My favorite masturbation. That's full.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
God damn it.
The full four-syllable word?
It's on
Yeah.
the SATs.
Yeah, dude.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
it
it
could
is.
be. You never know.
I mean, I masturbated during my SATs, but that's a whole
You're
different
saying it's on the
Yeah,
it's on the SATs.
Look, the Scantron can't Scantron if it's all goopy. You know
Did
what
you
I'm
guys
saying?
have like the middle school kid that really did beat off in class? Because was that a common experience for everyone? Because
not in class.
there was one kid I remember that like beat it in class, and then he like put his freaking spooge right in like the girl's face next to him.
Yo, that
and
man
he
is a
got and he got
legend.
expelled. No, he's
Oh.
not a legend. That's not
I
legendary.
think that guy's a criminal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is
Well, this was the
disgusting.
90s. No one was a criminal for anything.
I was not in middle school in the 90s.
Weren't
no,
you?
No, I was 5 in 99.
I never.
Oh, you're-
how
no.
old are you?
Yes.
94. I
Yes.
promise
Oh,
you, I
94,
was
yeah,
5 in
Yes.
99.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
you're not
yes,
that-
yes,
you're not
yes.
that young.
Sorry.
Um,
I'm like, no, you weren't that old.
You're like, no, you were in middle school in 1999. Jesus.
I think I was in I was in second grade or something.
Yeah, aka not at all middle school.
Yeah.
How do you beat off in
That at that age?
8th grade?
like no? Obviously, how do you beat off? Obviously, yes. No,
You
but
like
how
the
do you-
technique?
How do you get away with it? Well, that's honestly like.
He did not get away with it.
Well,
got expelled. got expelled.
I mean, look, I had a
And
lot
that's
of
an
middle
important
school
point.
boners. Like I wouldn't have
Oh,
had
yeah.
to do much. Like I could have just, and it probably
Oh,
would have
yeah.
came.
Yeah, the rubbing of the pants.
the effort that it took to not come in middle school is impressive. Like
Yeah.
nobody gives middle school boys credit for not coming.
And we and
Because literally a gust of wind would make me hard. And like the effort, it was literally in math class.
yeah,
My teacher with the big titties and low cleavage, you know her. We won't say her
what
name.
was her name?
I
No,
won't say.
you don't-
friend
She
of
might
the
listen
pod.
to this.
Friend of the
Friend of the pod, Max's
Friend of the
6th grade
pod.
teacher.
Just, so what's A squared times B squared? I'm like, C squared.
Yeah.
Dude, Max, that might be a bit. I think you're really onto something there.
Yeah, I think giving middle school kids credit for not
Yes.
busting nuts
Yes.
is definitely a good bit.
Middle school,
yeah.
middle school boys.
Boys,
Yeah.
yeah, credit.
Yeah.
Because we could, I had one, I was very lucky because I had a lot of middle school boners, as you do.
Yes.
And I did have one friend who once got called up for something.
With a boner.
And you could, everybody, like, I don't know if everybody knew, but I could see it in his eyes. I saw his pain
Just the
as he was like,
fear.
his he come up. He was a knowledgeable kid, top of his class.
Smart guy.
honors, if you will.
Okay.
And he
Hard
just-
worker.
hard worker,
Hard-
hard worker. And he was like, not, and he's like, why don't you come? And of course it was a woman teacher. If it was a man teacher, they would have known. But well, not in a sexist way. It's just women
Yeah.
don't have boners. So how, you know.
Right. They can't tell in the face.
In the face.
Yeah, the
Right.
panic. Like I would be
Please
like,
don't
you can
call
answer
me-
from your chair.
Please don't call me. My dick is currently hard. Leave
Right.
me
Yeah.
alone. And
Right.
he just did that. He did the, you know the
Yeah.
move.
I know that.
And this is why we need to pay teachers a better salary.
I thought it's because there's such a high risk of them being shot. With cum. Hey.
You made a really great point. Just splattered it.
I know.
Oh, it's
I thought
great.
it was because keeping our youth dumb allows the capitalist system to exploit us, but I like his version better.
Yeah, sure. And I told you.
I like the thing about talking about the spooge.
The spooge is much better. Let's keep it to the spooge, boys. This is a family-friendly show.
Yeah, this is the backup title for this podcast is actually Spooge Boys. So
I mean, it's called Pleasure Whale. That's basically spooge boys.
hey, and also we just want to say hello to Portricia. Hello,
Yes,
Portricia.
this is Portricia.
Portricia.
Portricia, officially named.
Portricia.
I was
Portricia.
always afraid of saying orgasm instead of organism in biology class.
That's incredible.
And it was
What?
like so often that thought was in my mind. I thought about that for probably 10 years.
Yeah.
Like until I was out of school.
Yeah.
I still kind of think about that.
Now, if I say, now at this point, I mean, I feel like I've developed a persona where it's like you get away with anything. You know, once you're a comedian,
Sure.
or I meant to say orgasm. Whatever.
Yeah, right. But it's also like, how often in your life are you using the word organism
So
today?
much in 8th grade.
Oh, in 8th grade.
So
Yeah,
not.
or
in eighth grade,
eighth
it's
grade
absurd.
biology. It's all about the mitochondria as the powerhouse of the cell.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I could tell you a lot about that. I made my first rap song ever, the mitosis rap.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
damn.
it's bars. Yeah,
Is it?
prophase?
Is it
metaphase?
Oh my God.
Anaphase? Telophase? That's just the hook.
God, I really wish.
I just want to let you sit in it. Yeah, I
Somehow
Yeah.
that is more embarrassing.
yeah, that's the most embarrassing thing.
Embarrassing. It kicked off an illustrious creative career, an outlet in
An
me.
outlet.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call it a career.
creative outlet. Check out my SoundCloud.
Yeah, check
Is
out
it
Chris's
still there? Is Rick
SoundCloud.
Clinton? It's
Oh
still,
yeah, it's still there.
yeah,
Yeah. Any free site that I've ever put something up on is still there.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna take it down.
When I was
Yeah.
in, I have to admit, when I went to go down to San Diego to do some shows with Rick.
Yeah.
And when
Me,
we were-
Rick?
Yeah, you,
Yeah,
Rick.
me,
And when
Rick,
we were
okay.
driving back, he played me. There you go. He played.
Yes.
Oh, dude, that is the most 2000s cover filter.
Do you
that
see my college mug?
Is that a honey bunches of not honey bunches of oats? What? No,
it's
scroll
either
up.
Pringles
Scroll
or
up.
Honey Bunches of Oats.
Yeah, is that
Honey Bunches of Oats.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's a broke ass cereal.
All right, we can stop. We can stop. What do you mean it's a broke ass cereal? It's
And
like
also-
$4.69 a box.
I love that you have a Honey Bunches of Oats ass filter on your Honey Bunches of Oats.
All right.
I just want you to know this has been my face the whole time looking at your photo.
Can we actually,
Okay, let's get off this. No, we're not going to play any of me in
Devil
the
in a new
back.
dress. Did Kanye steal your song?
No, he didn't steal it. I actually ripped it from him. We're not going to play any. We're not going to play any me right now. But just know I got bars. By the way, our last guest, Nate, listened and said, he texted me, he said, Chris, you got bars. And
he's a very nice guy.
I was about to say, no. Look,
Harrison won't listen.
I can say a lot of things about Christopher. I listened to those songs, probably by force. There were some bars in there. No, I did ask him.
Hey, I'll drive you to the show.
I was like, I'll just walk back from San Diego, I swear. No, there were actually some bars in there. I will give him his credit.
Has anyone ever, have you ever, I grew up being like really conscious of this. I don't like driving people places because I think they're scared that I'm going to be like, hey, why don't I put some of my music on the...
I like forcing my music on people. I'm like, you've never listened to fucking Sgt. Pepper's? Today's the day, bitch. You're getting educated.
No, I'm driving. I'm going to be playing. I need to be more... I have a problem. I do need to be more confident about playing my music when I'm in the car. Not that my music is bad. It's just my music taste is so just whatever my ADD mind is in the moment.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll just put on my liked playlist and then it'll be like some kind of weird oldies that I just remembered and then some crazy like it's just I have no consistency to my flow.
I'm getting uncomfortable thinking about this because imagine you're in the passenger seat and the driver keeps breaking attention from the road to look at you and be like, "It's good, right? You liking it?" Fuck that.
Oh,
I
no.
I don't need to I don't want to validate that your music is good. It makes me really uncomfortable.
Just play your music.
Yeah, but I'm not asking for other people's validation for it. I just feel bad because there's no like consistency in my musical.
Yeah, obviously.
playlists.
Yeah. That's a problem you're having. We're describing two different problems.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Okay.
My problem is just the fact that you're behind the wheel at all. Ever.
As a driver?
Yeah.
As a licensed driver?
Yeah, dude. We actually need to talk about this.
Why? What's wrong with his driving?
It's just bad, dude. It's kind of scary.
Is it really?
No,
Have you
I'm
driven
being me.
with him? Yeah.
I'm making this up completely.
Oh, okay.
You see, the look on his face said, "My God, do I have another problem I need to deal with before I have a kid?"
It's so easy to say something that will make Chris think that it's a problem that he didn't even know he had.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Such a sensitive boy.
I know.
Such a delicate little boy.
Reeling off
But
Chris's
that's a good
internal
thing. That's why
mindset
we
is one
love
of
you.
my favorite things. It's a pastime of mine.
What, making me uncomfortable?
Or yeah, just making your internal anxiety spiral. Because
I don't want to talk more about me, but I do think it's
about you a little bit
I think
more.
when I do stand up, because a lot of things externally make me very uncomfortable, but I think that when I get on stage, my goal, it's not my goal, but it does happen. I like make the audience uncomfortable.
Yes.
But build the tension to break it. That's like the whole thing, right?
Yeah. But I'm like confident about it, which is weird because in
Which
my
is
real
good.
life, in my real life, I'm actually like, ugh.
Yeah.
But I'm not like that on stage.
But see, isn't that all what we're doing in comedy is just being the confident person we are incapable of being
The
in real
best
life.
version of
Yeah.
ourselves.
I'm confident everywhere.
Well,
That is so
Yeah,
true.
and that's why you're not going to make it.
It does drive me nuts how
You are. It infuriates me.
He's exactly who he is on and off, and it drives me up a wall because it takes it's taken me 6 years to even be remotely this close, and you just are like that.
And Harrison, I will say one of the greatest compliments that I can give to you is when I first met you, I thought you were just a fake LA motherfucker. And then I got to know you, and I'm like, you're really like that. And now I really like you because I know it's genuine.
I appreciate it.
That's it. You really embody it, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like
That
I
shirt's
need
not
to-
for show, man. That's you.
Yeah.
No, this
Exactly,
is me. Yeah,
exactly.
this is actually the second time. This is the first time I've repeated an outfit on the
Yeah.
pod.
Oh,
so, you know
I
what
like
mean?
that shirt, by the way.
It's a great shirt.
It is as
$7.
loud as you are, and I respect it.
Like screaming. Instead of talking about me, follow Max on Instagram.
Yeah.
So this is what we're supposed to
Well,
promote.
I mean, don't we have a lot more time? Don't we plug on the end?
Deflect.
Is it going that bad?
No.
I think we got a flow going
Well, I
on.
just feel like they're definitely still listening at this point.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
follow Max on Instagram.
Obviously.
What's your
follow
Instagram
me.
handle?
Max Halpert.
Max
TikTok,
fucking Halpert. Well, he'll be linked
Website,
in everything.
Max Halpert. It's all Max Halpert. Just follow
Yeah.
me, you fuckers.
Follow him.
The blow.
Follow us first. He is the guest. I care more about us though, respectfully.
Yeah, Fair
Follow him second.
The blowholes. Those are our listeners, not
as
the
they've been
fuckers.
dubbed.
Your listener.
Yeah, the blowholes.
Our listeners are the blowholes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
refer to them as the blowholes.
Yeah, how many listeners do you have? Your girlfriend doesn't count.
We don't need to
Your
talk
wife
about
doesn't
that.
count.
No, we actually have a surprisingly high amount of listeners.
Surprisingly high.
honestly, I do believe it.
Yeah.
It's not like crazy astronomical behind the scenes here, everybody that's listening, but we do have, I think, consistently about 50 people listening. to
That's
this.
really good.
and that's
actually
and
really
for where
good.
we're at, that's fucking fine with me.
Dude.
No, that is fantastic.
For,
Good for you guys.
for having just started, and we're still getting in the groove of things. And every once in a while, it's actually great. Harrison gets a lot of texts from people and messages
Okay.
from people that are like, "It's the best way to start my Wednesday."
Damn, dude.
and
Yeah.
like,
Get a
There's
lot
some
of
sad
positive
people,
feedback.
but God bless
Yeah.
you, blowholes.
well, I think honestly, release time has a lot to do with
Yeah.
it. You're like, hey, it's
Yeah.
early in the morning on a
Oh, yeah,
Wednesday.
yeah,
Here we
yeah.
go.
Yeah, because
There
I'm
you
up
go.
all night. I'll put it out at 6 in
Well,
the
I
morning.
mean,
Exactly.
podcasts
And then
are
go
the
to
new
bed.
morning radio, you know.
That's kind of, and if you have a long drive, which everyone in LA does,
I mean, yeah,
there you go.
I have work in the morning. I just listen to podcasts.
Exactly. I try to get the news. Speaking of Harrison,
Nice transition. Sorry.
yeah, no, you got it.
We've been practicing.
And that's funny that you said nice transition. Harrison gets on my case all the time.
About being so awful at beginning and ending segments.
Yes.
It will have like a great back and forth riff, and then it'll be like, wow, that was actually pretty good. I'm like, you're ruining it.
Why are you commenting on it? Just let it be. Just let it be, Chris. Why do you need to comment on
Why?
it? Sorry, blowholes. This is not.
Yes.
This only pertains to the three people in this area who know Chris well enough.
No, if they listen,
They
know.
hear it, yeah.
Because I don't cut it out.
Yeah.
I leave it in.
Like Chris will be we'll be riffing, everybody will be talking, and at the end, Chris will there'll just be it's not even that the conversation will be over, there'll just be a lull in the space, and rather than just taking the space, being appreciative of the people that we're here with, just enjoying the moment, Chris will be like, this was a really great conversation. And we're like, oh, Chris, this is why you're not invited to the cookout.
Yeah, and that's a problem. That is something I need to deal with, is my lack of invites to the cookout. All right, but
Speaking of current events. A couple people have died drinking fucking Panera lemonade recently, and everyone's talking about it. It's a whole hot thing.
tell me what
Okay,
what
okay,
happened.
It's
please, or
Yeah.
yeah.
it's okay. Look, it's a caffeinated lemonade that they sell at Panera
Okay.
that didn't have like a big warning saying it was caffeinated, and a large cup is like 500 milligrams of caffeine, and people are going there and just drinking it and sipping it on their break. And I think 2 or 3 people have died.
Is it you can get it at the dispenser?
Yeah, it's just like right next to the Coke, right next to everything else.
Oh, wow.
And it's crazy to me. The thing that's so crazy about it is you're being put in the hospital by hospital food. 'Cause that's all Panera is to me. Panera is just expensive hospital food. Yeah, here it's called the
Yuzu citrus, probably?
No.
They're all
It's
charged
called
lemonades.
charged lemonade.
Look,
yeah.
all I'll say,
Charged sips.
all
I
I'll
see it.
say is, much like George Floyd, did anybody check the fentanyl levels in the deceased?
What
God,
the
that's terrible.
fuck?
I'm so sorry.
That's-
I just had to say that because it's funny.
It is funny,
But-
and we're going to keep it.
You might have to keep it. I don't care if I get canceled. No, but actually, the point I'm trying to make, the point I want to make, let me run it back. Let me
Please.
get myself out of this hole.
Please.
Is nobody who goes to Panera Bread is doing well internally. Those are people who are already
That's
on
true.
death's door.
That's true.
Sure.
Panera Bread is not a safe house for the well. Those are for your. The Panera Bread
It's
is
not
the
a safe-
Statue
let
of
us
Liberty
go.
of America.
I told you.
You're tired. You're poor. You're downtrodden.
No, you're not
It's-
poor. You're not poor.
At
Panera
Panera?
Bread?
Panera bread is expensive.
Panera, okay, maybe this is, I don't know how Panera Bread is in LA. I just only know my experience of being in Panera Breads when I lived in New York. It was just mostly people who were like homeless and just chilling.
Yeah.
It was a place of degeneracy.
But
I
that's-
only go there when I'm sick to get the soup. It's the only
I
time I,
do
go to
like
Panera.
it.
The broccoli cheddar soup when I'm sick is like
Love a good broccoli
it'll keep
cheddar.
me alive.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
The
think
broccoli cheddar keeps me alive, and then when I'm really sad, I just chug a lemonade and see what happens.
also, if you're
Go
drinking
for it.
charged lemonade, like maybe you should die. I don't know how to say this. more gingerly
And this,
than that.
we're only talking about people in the future, not those that have already died.
I mean, I don't know the
Yes,
people. This is
we're-
no disrespect to the victims, but I don't know you, so I'm going to comment on it like I
Of
don't
course.
care.
And this wouldn't be a 3 straight white male podcast if you didn't.
I don't know why I had to say that. But
No,
I
it's
just
good.
felt like I needed to.
It's good. It's
Well, we're waiting on the toxicology report
Yeah.
of the deceased. But as of now, we're assuming that is a
that's a factor you feel.
lemonade-induced incident.
Yeah, I mean, right? Like maybe their
That's
heart
funny.
was already beating from the copious amounts of methamphetamine they were on that they felt like they needed a charged lemonade.
Right.
That's why you
What-
drink coffee
and that's
because
a-
it's bitter
I
and
cannot.
it tastes like ass.
I cannot imagine a worse overdose. Like to die from being overdosed on caffeine sounds like the least fun. Just
Yeah.
too much caffeine is way less fun than too much of any other drug I've ever done.
Yeah. I think I agree with you.
Just feeling like
That's why I don't think they died specifically from the charged lemonade.
Yeah,
They
I
did.
can't
You're
imagine.
saying, yeah, the less dangerous way to say what Max is saying is that there are potentially other factors. There's other
And also, do we know how much charged lemonade? Because actually, what our fantastic producer is putting is that there is an unlimited. Go back to that one. Thank you. Panera Unlimited
what do
Sip
you
Cup.
fucking work here?
Yeah, no, well, yeah, I clearly. Panera Unlimited Sip Cup.
friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod. not anymore. That's what I just said. Membership.
I don't want those people to die for nothing.
We're gonna have the Panera Unlimited Sip Cup
So-
as the next
do
guest.
we know actually? So it wasn't just like one cup of charged lemonade. Do
No,
we know
it's like
how
people that
many?
are drinking
They
a lot, like
both
refilling.
had the unlimited sip club membership, so they were having
okay.
unlimited refills of this.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Being a
okay,
member
that-
of the Unlimited Sip Club more dangerous than being
Yeah.
a police officer or a fireman. It is the number one most dangerous profession.
How much are you drinking in one?
Wait, professional Panera drinker?
The only reason
Hey.
I find
If the lawsuit is good enough.
But this is the thing. Like, what are they sprinkling caffeine pills in there? I mean, people. Have you ever been to a 7-Eleven? People just. Have you ever been to a Dunkin' Donuts? It's sugar and caffeine. Like, people consume copious amounts of caffeine. That is
Yeah.
a fact.
Yeah.
This is what keeps America going is just Dunkin' in the most grotesque sugar caffeine-filled monstrosities 8 miles high that you've ever consumed. And a lemonade could take you down? Be better.
Dude,
He's got
this
Go ahead.
lemonade really charged you up and you didn't even have to take a sip.
Dude, I don't even need a charged lemonade, and I'm gonna be dead after what I just said.
I'm in. I'm hooked. That's
You know what I'm saying? Like a lemonade, ooh, a caffeine. Also, what are they putting in? Lemonade is not technically caffeinated. There's
No, it's-
sugar.
it's not
How do you charge a lemonade? That's what I want to know.
I feel like really you're slowly just finding yourself on the same side of those against the lemonade.
I'm very against lemonade.
It's funny.
I am. I started on one side. That's what I do.
I never fully understood
Citrus lives matter, you know.
CLS.
Friend of the
CLM.
pod.
CLM?
Welcome to the last
No.
episode of Pleasure Whale. So glad I could facilitate this.
Yeah, I've never fully understood how like great orators can really like rally a crowd, and then I
Right.
met Max Halpert.
Dude, you're like the next Hitler.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, dude.
that's where I was
Hell yeah,
going, and it's funny that he says "hell yeah," given how visibly Jewish he
I am.
is.
Hey, look, if Hitler can do it, so can I. You know, that's
this is true.
That's taking the power
yeah,
back.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
they
I'm
say that
bringing it back.
he had such a problem with stimulants. All Hitler needed to win the fucking war was just some charged lemonade.
Charged up.
That was, I mean, you guys know in Germany, like the reason the entire German army like did very well at the beginning is because they had
on meth.
chocolates, like I forget what they were called, but they were just meth chocolates.
They also looked really good doing it.
They
Hugo
did.
Boss.
Goddamn.
The
Hugo
best
Boss. Oh
outfits,
my
dude.
God,
I just watched the new
dude.
Indiana Jones movie.
Hitler was blitzed. And
Yeah,
then they have
the mystery-
Blitzkrieg. That's
Hell
funny.
yeah, dude.
Okay.
There's a great book on it.
And
I
there
read.
was. Did you hear that
Or
lull?
listen to
We
it
haven't had a
on
lull in a while.
A lull is fine.
I know. At
But
this
you
point,
called it out.
Just saying. It was nice.
We
to
didn't even have a lull.
Yeah,
That
why
kid-
did you have to bring it up?
That wasn't even a lull, dude. He just
Did
took
you
his
not-
first
did you-
breath
did
in
you-
25 minutes.
Did you also not hear what I had just made reference to?
We're just oxygenating, all
We're
right?
just oxygenating.
We're just, respiration, Chris. Aren't you a fucking scientist?
Yeah.
It's a good thing that robots don't have to breathe.
in 25 minutes.
But also,
I do wonder when you stop for breath. I like seriously because we talk all the time, and if you were given a 20-minute set, I don't know if you'd live through it.
No, that's not true.
Who says Jews
on stage
breathe?
he's not as Wait, what'd you say? I missed
I
it.
said, who says Jews breathe?
Oh yeah, no, dude, I have
it's
gills.
funnier in the moment, but that's fine.
No, dude, this is my Jew gills are tingling. Okay, this actually segues
We just
into
absorb
something
other people's wealth. All right.
that I wanted to talk
That's
about.
funny.
This, I think this is something that you might find interesting.
Hmm.
Also, Merry Christmas. This is our Christmas episode. We have a Jewish guest,
Yeah.
a Jewish host, and a not Jew. We have the one non-Jew.
Yeah, and I've been walking around, and this hasn't been working at all. But I'm going up to people going, if they're Jewish, I say Merry Jewish Christmas.
Please don't do that.
No, you can do that. I like that.
No, that sounds more anti-Semitic than just saying Merry Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a big Merry Christmaser. I hate it.
Merry Christmas.
I
too,
Merry
yeah.
Christmas. Happy Holidays is stupid. It's
Because the thing is that
This is
Jews know that Christmas is the better
it's
holiday.
the best, and I love I enjoy Christmas because Christmas is not really a Christian holiday anymore.
This is
Nor was it a Christian
No.
holiday when it started. It used to be a pagan holiday, but we won't get into that.
Yeah, sure. Let's not go down a tangent.
Yeah, me never.
That's not something we do
Me
here at the
never.
Pleasure
I
Whale
don't do
Pod.
that. Sorry.
It's okay. And the Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas thing, that's a pretty conservative viewpoint, just so we know.
I'm a Merry Christmaser.
I'm a-
Like,
Yeah.
Happy Holidays. Tell me Merry Christmas like a goddamn red-blooded American.
Exactly.
I'm Jewish. I can say this.
I can say this. Also, I want you to have a Merry Christmas. Who wants to be happy? I want you to be merry. Merry is so bad.
Yeah, Mary is Mary is special. I tell you, be happy any day of the week.
Yeah.
Any day that ends in Y, I want you to be happy. I want you to be merry
And also,
in
Hanukkah's
December.
not even a happy holiday.
No, dude, Hanukkah's just me being sad for
Yeah,
8 days.
yeah,
I don't
just-
fucking like Hanukkah.
Yeah,
at all.
it's just oh my light bills managed to survive 8 days longer
I
than
know.
it should have.
Hilarious. But we're excluding Kwanzaa?
We're all excluding Kwanzaa. Okay.
Dude, look, here's the thing. I've never met anyone that actually celebrates Kwanzaa. So if you write into the pod and tell
Get
me
it.
about
You
it.
don't know any black people.
Well, no,
I know
that's
black
not
people celebrate Kwanzaa. Dude. I know a
I know.
lot of black people.
Don't say
I have
that.
black friends. What's wrong with that? I do.
I have a joke about that.
They're not close enough to be a guest on the pod. But I still have black friends.
No, I know you do. That's not the point. I have a joke about how saying that actually makes you look way worse. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, being like, oh yeah, and
No,
Kwanzaa.
no.
Like it makes you just
Chris,
look like you're so
when
afraid.
you say
I am afraid.
Why?
Chris, when you say that, it makes it look a lot way worse.
Yeah,
this is the difference.
This is true. When you like in fear in the fetal position, say happy
when you
holidays.
have to defensively go, I have black friends into a room full of black people, it makes it look way worse.
If you guys, if anybody wants to come to my rescue, if we need a fourth guest.
We need to charge lemonade for Chris.
Yeah, because I'm out. Jesus was a good guy, and he was born on December 25th. Back to Christmas.
Who was born on December 25th?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, got it. Yeah, copy that. Not really, but yeah, we say that.
Technically, no, but
Technically, no.
whatever.
What do you mean not really?
He wasn't really
He
born
wasn't
on
really.
the 25th.
He's probably born in like April or something, but you know.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Do you not know the history of this? So, to co-opt the pagan holiday of whatever the fuck it was called, to co-opt all the pagans into Christianity, they moved it over to the 25th to make it. I mean, it's right fucking there.
It's on the big
It's
screen,
on the fucking
Chris.
board. I don't want to fucking.
Was he
explain it.
still? Did he still die at 33?
Yeah, probably.
Did
if
he still
was-
do the miracles?
Did he do the miracles? No.
I don't know. Does it count that he died if
It's a
he came back?
story.
It's like when you say
Yes,
somebody
that's
beat
the whole point
cancer
of the
and then they
religion.
get cancer again. Did you really beat cancer? Did you really die, Jesus? You came back.
Relates, but it's super funny.
It was a vacation, bro. I'm just saying, I read an article the other day about this kid that beat cancer twice, and I looked at it and I was like, don't you think we were a little bit preemptive on the beat cancer part the first time?
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, he did. He look. He won the battle, but he probably lost the war.
Oh, man.
So this is our Christmas episode.
Yeah, dude, Merry Christmas if you're
Merry
listening.
Christmas.
And I don't want you to have a happy holidays. And if you celebrate Kwanzaa, whatever. I would
However
be
you
shocked
say-
if somebody listening to this
No,
podcast
have
celebrates
a
Kwanzaa.
happy Kwanzaa, but that's in the happy holidays.
Kwanzaa might as well
yeah.
be in March, dude. I don't know when the fuck.
What are you
Kwanzaa is.
supposed
When
to
is
say?
Kwanzaa? Can we get a Kwanzaa date?
I think it's the 26th.
If you're correct,
It's the
I'll-
26th to the 1st of
Bitch!
the new year.
Oh, they have to do multiple days too?
Yeah.
Dude, Jews and black people really are just
We
the
do.
same
Yeah,
thing. Yeah,
dude.
we're just all together.
Let's get into it.
No.
This is my only issue with Kanye is that he separated Jews and black people, which I think are have historically been one of the tightest communities.
There's always a
They're
tight bond.
united.
They're
I have a
united.
bit about this. I don't know if I want to fucking now recite my bit. now
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
said
Don't
it.
do the bit.
I'm not
but
gonna do the bit, but it's
give us the gist.
the gist is
yeah.
that it's like like
Do the bit.
I think I have to
Just do the bit.
The bit is that it's like and this is true, my whole life people have always drawn the parallels of black people and Jewish people because of like hardship, strife, slavery, blah 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 in the history.
Blah, blah,
And
blah.
then the bit is I do think black people have it worse in America, but I will say I think Jews have it worse in one way, and that's that everybody is starting to give black people the credit they deserve for building this country, but Jews built the pyramids and everybody says it was aliens. That's
funny.
That's the bit. That's the bit.
That's a good bit. So you
Yeah.
guys are nobody's getting any credit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
My Jews and black people bit is what I mean, I never really turned it into a bit for obvious reasons.
You're
It was
like,
more
this isn't a bit. This is more just like my inner
I was
monologue.
like, I was like, it bothers me that black people can say the N word, but Jews we can't say R word. It's
Kike?
yeah, kike.
We can
can't
say it?
Yeah, but we can't because
Why not? Kike.
Because
Kike,
because
kike, kike,
because
kike.
kike. No, it's not even a bad thing. It's just more kike. Kike doesn't hit the tongue like. The N word rhymes. It's got flow. Like
rhymes.
there's too many consonants. Do you know what I mean?
Kike, bike.
It
I
doesn't.
mean,
it
I
doesn't
will
sound-
say
you know what I
it
mean?
doesn't slap. Like it doesn't.
It doesn't
have,
slap.
like,
It doesn't slap.
slap.
Like,
It doesn't
look,
slap.
I don't. I'm not a fan of the N word when anyone besides black people say it. But when black people say the N word, sometimes that shit slaps.
Exactly. No,
It
rolls
does.
up. But that's why it's in rap music.
And comedy too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it can be a punchline.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the
it's
thing.
a
That, I
great
mean, that's
punch.
what's one of the benefits of being one of the.
You're like, all right, maybe I'm going too far with this.
It's like, well, it's a newer black comic hack trait where if you
can
don't
always
have a
get- you can always
punchline,
get a
you can
laugh.
always just say the N word.
Yeah.
right.
And I can't say kike in my punchlines.
We can
or
start.
I can start.
We can
I guess
start.
you could
First time
try.
for everything.
Yeah,
That
the
could
option
be
is
a
try
bit.
for
That could
everything.
be its own
Yeah,
bit. It's
it
just-
could be. It's yeah.
Oh,
And so
God,
my
we might
black
have to
and
go that
Jew
one.
bit.
Yeah,
I'm
what
just
is your
kidding.
black?
I don't have
You're not
one.
allowed. You don't have either. Of
I
these
literally don't have one. I don't have one.
things. Start formulating now.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't you
not-
want to make it in this
Hey guys,
industry?
tune in next week for Chris when he brings his black Jew bit. He's got. I'm giving you homework, Chris.
Dude.
So Merry Christmas, everybody. I can play one song on the piano that I learned for Christmas.
Is it Ebony and
Is
Ivory?
it chopsticks? No, yours is better. Sorry.
It's
I'm laughing at my own joke.
yeah.
That was good though.
It's,
That was the right answer.
It's chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
Though it's been said
We're skipping some
many
stuff.
times, many ways, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Okay,
to
so-
you.
All right.
This is also naturally bringing me to the next thing I want
Hey,
to talk
we're a
about.
Sure.
wholesome podcast for children.
If your kid
Yeah.
is listening to this, you're a bad parent.
Absolutely,
I don't. You
absolutely.
fucking,
How else? But when my child is born, how am I going to show him what Daddy does?
you don't get to show them what Daddy does. Not until they're older, dude.
to show 'em.
Not until they're older.
Yeah.
No. I went to. This is. Let me know how you guys feel about talking about this.
Can I tell you something real quick?
Yes.
Sorry.
Is this going to get edited out? Or
No.
Okay.
I think it might be funny if after my daughter's born, I quit this podcast and start a podcast with my daughter called like the Pleasure Puppies instead of the
No.
You should probably
just-
edit that out, not out of like.
just because it's not funny.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a fucking pedophile podcast.
It's not. No, there's a lot of podcast. There's at least one podcast that I can think of where the dad has a podcast with his daughter,
That's
and
so
it's like
fucked up.
really no, it's cute and wholesome and it's great. It's people love it.
Yeah, and that child is gonna get addicted to methamphetamines.
No, she seems very well rounded.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
All right, cut that. Damn it.
No, keep it, please.
So I went to go see Chappelle a
Mm.
couple
Oh.
days ago, at the Improv.
Ooh, how was that?
It was like a secret show.
Oh, you mean
got announced, like, an hour
secret
before.
smoking comedian?
Yeah, it's always
secret.
Then
Yeah, we all
everybody
know
knows
who it is.
Yeah, we all know who it is.
First off, they're just ripping that off from The Stand, but still, it's annoying and corny. Just say you have Chappelle. No one cares.
I know
anymore.
I don't understand
Anyway.
the saying secret, but then completely giving it away because isn't
Yeah.
the point that you have an audience that isn't necessarily your fan base? But anyway, regardless of that,
Sure.
I went to go see Chappelle. It was in the lab, so it was like 60 people, and he dropped in on Craig Robinson's show beforehand. So then Craig Robinson was like, "I'll come on your show." I sat down, I saw the piano on stage. I knew it was going to be Craig. He's always at the Improv, and so he started with like 10 minutes of half-baked material.
Okay.
And then it just became him singing along to Craig Robinson playing the keyboard for 3 hours while he got progressively drunker to the point of basically falling asleep on stage and ending the show.
That's awesome.
And it was, I have
this
a lot.
is Dave.
This is Dave. Yeah. Craig was sober. I have a lot of thoughts about the whole thing because the last thing I want to do as a comic is, go on my podcast with 50 listeners and bash Dave Chappelle, possibly the greatest person to ever
Of
do
course.
it, right?
But
it made me sad.
Yeah.
It made me sad to see somebody kind of abusing their fame to hold an audience hostage for 3 hours. And that's always been something that bums me out. And obviously I'm not saying that Dave isn't fucking incredible. He's an amazing stand-up. But it was just like, man,
People gotta go to bed.
People got to go to bed, and it's like they're only staying there because it's you.
Yeah.
And he didn't tell a single joke that, like, if I told it would have gotten a laugh. Like, there was no, like, writing involved. He was just kind of riffing at the start, didn't do anything.
Was there any funny riffing at least? Because like
it was funny
Dave
because
is
it
good on his
was
feet.
it was funny because it was him, but it wasn't like there was nothing that
It
he like
wasn't like
planned or
you'd be
thought
excited
out, or you'd be
for.
like, oh, I can't believe he had this take on this.
Yeah, you'd go back to your friends and be like, oh my God, he said this thing. It's so fucking yeah. Bro,
And-
also, like, dude, we're in the TikTok generation. No one needs to watch I couldn't even get through Killers of the Flower Moon. I had to pee halfway through it.
I always have to pee during a movie.
And yeah, I know. But, like, usually if I really am in it, I can hold it. But fucking, honestly, like, Dave, like, and I love Dave Chappelle. Of course, we were raised on Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
One of the great, and even still, like, even his more controversial stuff, like, I still thought those were great comedy specials. It's like, respect people's time. It's really because at the end of the day, even though at the end of the day, I do this for me because I'm a narcissist. There is a level of respect in the audience's time, and even when you're
Totally.
Dave Chappelle, and you can. It honestly, even more when you can earn that time of 3 hours that nobody else would get. It's like, why are you subjecting them through that?
And I just don't like seeing people drunk on stage. Like, if I want to listen,
if they're funny.
He was drunk.
Yeah.
Like, it was like,
There's-
I don't know.
There are some people who are drunk that can be in that pocket and brilliant.
Yeah, and he was still being funny, but it just devolved into this weird sing-along thing for like 3 hours. And it was just, I was bummed. I brought my girlfriend, and I was bummed that she was so excited to see him, and that's what it was. She still had a lot of fun. I had fun too.
Now,
I mean,
also, was the audience enjoying it though?
on the way out, everybody was like, "So what did you think?"
Okay,
and then everybody was like, "Man, I'm really tired. I had to get out." And nobody left. The only person that left was my girlfriend because I told her, I was like, "This is not ending anytime soon."
And what
You gotta
happened?
get to bed.
What happened when she left? Nothing, right?
Nothing. But we were in seats that were kind of strategically not in the middle, but like the audience, like I could tell there were people that wanted to leave.
Yeah.
That were like, I'm not going to get up in the middle and leave.
Dave Chappelle.
And
But you absolutely can, and I don't think he's offended by that.
no,
at all.
definitely
Also, was it in the
not.
lab?
Definitely not. Yeah, it was in the lab.
Yeah.
But I think that it's just one of those things where you're like,
Yeah, cover your mouth on a podcast.
Dude, my favorite, honestly, what we're paying for is not the lights and the sound. Can I just say
The
what
laugh
I like
track.
about, that is what makes this studio worth it. It's not the lights, it's not the camera, it's the
India
laugh
them
track.
in the booth.
It's
I mean,
Indy in the
this
back laughing because that
Yeah.
fuels me. It fuels
I know.
my
We talk
chaos.
about that
really
every
makes it-
app.
thank
We're
you.
like,
Thank
you need no fuel.
Yeah, because most
He
most-
drank a lemonade before this.
Yeah,
I
dude.
swear.
yeah, you can tell.
Dude, I'm lemonaded up, boys.
I have so many thoughts on this. Sorry, did you have anything else?
Yeah, go talk.
Oh, okay. No, I'm listening.
I know, but just speak.
Well, you were in the middle of saying something.
I lost it.
Oh, okay.
Just speak. Go.
So I saw.
Oh wait, I got it. just before you get going, it's just quick because what I wanted to say was it was still enjoyable, and it's enjoyable to me as someone that like I have seen more comedy than 99.9% people on Earth, and we all three of us have.
Yeah.
And so seeing something weird and different and just experiencing a moment like was cool for me. I think I was a little bit almost more bummed for like everyone else. My personal feelings were this was funny and cool. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But it was more of like just you got 60 people that are so excited that they all of a sudden just spent $100 on a ticket to go to the show.
$100?
I think they were like $60. So, but if for two, right?
You know what it could be.
I know what it could be exactly. Like, you could have watched this guy put on a fucking clinic, and like instead it was.
Yeah, but also
what it was.
normies like are super into Matt Rife. So like, who gives a shit what they think? They're idiots. They'll fucking like a fucking pleasure whale drip beneath their fucking mouth. Like,
Don't
you know
you
what I mean?
dare
Don't you dare badmouth the Pleasure Whale podcast.
How dare
you?
How fucking
dare you?
Now the pod turns on me. No, but actually, like, I understand that, and that is from a very like level earnest, and I respect that opinion. But also, dumb normies, but I'm not even okay. This is me being an asshole, but just like people who are not, But also, actually, now I'm going to contradict myself because I feel like the type of people who would know what the Smoker Person show.
Yeah, it was definitely a known audience.
Fans.
They were
Yeah,
real
they're
comedy fans. Yeah.
All right, I take back my previous take.
Yeah.
So
Fair.
So in New York at the Cellar, and
wait, one more thing. I'm just kidding.
No, it's funny. In New York at the Cellar, and probably at the Improv too. There's only like 2 or 3 comics you can't light, and Chappelle's one of them.
Yeah,
and so they just get to do as much time as they want. Most people don't abuse that. Chappelle does.
Yeah,
it's like everyone knows this.
Yeah.
And I had a similar experience where like I had a midnight show. I was hosting something down the street, and I got out at like 1:30, and my wife, or my then girlfriend, went to the Cellar and watched the show, and then Chappelle popped on right after the headliner, and I was like, okay, she's gonna be home 2 hours before me. She got home 2 hours after me.
Yeah,
which was nuts. And she was like, and I actually ended up going in there as well and watching like the last half hour with him. And I walked in, and usually I feel like he doesn't bother people that are like coming in, but he said something to me, and I like flipped him off, and then he flipped me off. So I know
Who
Dave
did?
Chappelle pretty intimately.
Dave Chappelle flipped you off?
Yeah, because
the guy we've been talking about for 15 minutes.
He said,
I don't know. I kind of zoned out.
so he was. You zoned out in the middle of me talking. I let you guys finish your points, and then you fucking don't listen to me.
Finally, the audience has someone to
tried.
relate to on the podcast.
I basically had to beg to get in. I don't like that you guys are bonding. I basically had to beg.
We're bonding over a common enemy.
Me.
You.
I had to beg to get in, and then they finally let me in, and I walked downstairs and into the like audience area of the Cellar, and I had a mustache, and he saw me. And he said, "Oh, I didn't know Ron Jeremy's son was in the crowd," and which is like, honestly, it's kind of weak. But he was drunk, and so I flipped him off, and he said, "Hey, who's this fucking guy?" or whatever. And I was like, "Hell yeah, dude, I know him personally now," and which is dumb. But long story short, he takes a long time on stage, and people can't tell him no, and it's
That's a
upsetting.
bummer, dude.
Well,
That's
it's
a bummer.
interesting because he's like one
But
of
he's
the
also-
few
listen-
sorry.
Sorry, no, the thing I was going to say is all of that, and he is finding it. He gets to write on stage. He takes those 3 hours. So that's a luxury that literally none of us have.
And leave that
And
for Yellow Springs, Ohio, the fucking comedy club you built.
I don't know, man. I'm torn because there's some say it's abuse, others say there's. How else are you going to get the greatest comedy ever made if you're not trying shit?
But he had the greatest comedy ever. I disagree. He had the greatest comedy ever made before that. A. B. Another thing that is weird because it's interesting. You say there's 3 other comics who can do it.
Who else?
That is.
I
Yeah.
don't. They probably never liked Louis.
Yeah.
They probably never
Yeah,
liked.
I feel like I don't think those people.
Well,
would
here's the thing:
go
is
that long.
I feel like he's one of the few like grandfathered in of. There was a legacy system of that early days of comedy that was a lot more like people could just bump people. The greats could take as long as they like. Because there were a lot less comics.
Yeah.
There was a lot more of that cutthroat system of like this guy came in. Now it doesn't happen as much. Obviously, there are people who still come in and like bump other people. Like I know, one of the few other people who are known to be able to do that was like Dane Cook in the day could like come in
Yeah, I
and
don't
bump
think
you
you-
and do
yeah.
like 3 hours. Nowadays, it's just nowadays I do think the comedy community has a little bit more respect for time for the audience.
Totally.
And also, like, 3 hours, I don't even fucking like this audience that much. I got off already. I'm going to go home and pleasure myself to my own greatness. Like, like, I don't know.
as the comedian.
I don't want to do 3 hours. I want to do, I would love to do an hour and then an hour and a half, maybe 2 if I'm really fucking feeling myself. But 3 hours, I don't want to be around you people. I don't like you people. I like myself.
Yeah, totally. The good news is
I like the audience. I'm like that. I always tell people I've never on stage blamed the audience, and I like the audience.
I don't blame the audience.
I'm very
but I
much
don't like
like
them. That's a
I like them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like an audience. I'd say I'm an audience friendly comic. I'm like I'm just fucking glad you're here.
Yeah.
Whatever.
you're just pumped they're there.
Yeah.
I love that. The good news is your experience is not unique to whatever just happened. It's kind of all over the place, and anyone that sees him in a tight space
Sure.
ends up thinking that.
Yeah.
And it can sour it a little bit, but then you'll go watch the hour and you'll be like, that was pretty good.
Oh, it doesn't sour it. Like my opinion of him is pretty unchanged, and I've seen him before do tight sets, and I've seen him go on for just 10 minutes and get off. Like I've seen,
Multiple variations.
I've seen it, and I just was a little. It was just, I don't know. Well, for one, it just happened, so I was just like, well.
I mean, how was Craig in the whole situation? Was he?
Oh, so that was
he
yeah. So he's on
professional,
he's
or
on the
was-
piano
or
for
was
3
he-
hours.
Did he feel hostage?
So Chappelle, as he got drunker and drunker, was getting more like, play this.
Do you
Play
ask him to
something
play
like
Piano
this.
Man?
No, but a bunch of stuff like play something like this, and then you'd be like, no, not like that, like this.
Damn.
And it was like, I felt bad for Craig
Yeah,
because it felt like he was kind of
held hostage.
being put in that position.
What are those called? Like a studio musician?
Yeah, like a studio musician, or just like, it's like, there's a term for this that I don't want to use because of the color of his skin.
Oh,
But it felt very much
I think okay.
like but none of us wants to be your dancing monkey.
Oh,
Right.
I
and it
see.
felt like
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
being
yeah.
put in that position
Yeah, he
of
was
like
being the one, like-
entertain, like,
Yeah.
do
Come on, do
hold
this.
the show up for me, blah
Yeah,
blah
yeah,
blah.
yeah.
And I could see that he was getting bummed.
Yeah.
And he like he's the one that ended the show. He was like, I got to get out of here, and then he just walked off. And
Yeah,
then
'cause he
Dave was
doesn't
too
wanna be the
drunk
one-
to
He doesn't want to
keep
be
it
the
up.
one to say no to Chappelle.
Exactly.
You know?
And I could see.
Yeah,
I mean, I
that
don't want
is
to. I don't
hard.
want to place any sort. But I was sitting like 3 feet away
But
from
also,
him, and I
that's
was
like,
I can
it's
tell
fucked
that you're bummed.
Like, Dave Chappelle, who is known for his awareness and is, can't be the one to be like, seem tired, let's fucking get out of here. Or you can go, like, let me do my, like.
I do think that if you decided to leave, he would be like, all right. He'll go until people
but
stop
also,
listening.
he's still
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle. Like, who's going to say no to him?
Yeah.
Even if you're Craig Robinson, who's still an incredibly talented and fucking
And
artist,
established and amazing,
artist.
whatever. It's just
It's just Dave
there's
Chappelle is
the
like,
legends of comedy.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah,
living
yeah.
legend. I mean, it is what it is.
I agree. Yeah, 100%.
Everyone, thank you for listening to the Pleasure Whale podcast. As always, you can always email our email at pleasurewhalepod@gmail.com if you have any questions or anything you want us to talk about, or if you're just feeling like we need to be corrected about something.
Love that.
We had our beautiful guest
Can
today,
I
Max
plug? Can I
Halpert,
plug?
that is
Can I
going to
plug?
plug some shit.
Okay. Which am I facing the right camera?
Yeah.
Is this direct camera?
Yeah, that
Thank
looks
you.
very
All right,
intimidating.
direct.
It's
fantastic.
really- it's too
direct
intense.
camera. This is all I need from you. I don't need much. I don't ask for much. It's just follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Max Halpert. I just posted a clip. It's probably one of my best jokes. I love this joke to death, and I know it's a great joke. It got cut from the knees at like not even 300 on TikTok. That fucking algorithm sent from Chinese hell to hurt me specifically. I need you to go on there and just give it a like, give it some love. I know it's not going to ever get boosted again because I don't fucking know why, but I know it's a good joke, and I know you, the Pleasureware audience, will know it's a good joke. So just give it a like. That's all I ask.
It was
I
started.
don't have any shows to plug. The show that I wanted to plug, I've already done it by the time this comes out. So just fucking follow me on social media because I want to get booked on more shows. And that's all this is.
It started.
I second that.
love you.
Yeah, I think we all agree. Chris, any final words?
I think that what Max said started as an ASPCA, like save the dogs, and turned into this.
Yeah,
And I was
slowly his
like,
hand
what
was
the
raising.
fuck is going on? All right. I got
learned from the
honestly,
best.
I got nothing. You guys deal with them this week.
Oh, I have a show at the Comedy Store on the 27th or 8th, I want to say. I'm excited for that. And Chris and I are on a show together tomorrow that this advertising isn't gonna matter for, but we're excited for it. And
I'm on
every second Wednesday,
Yep.
I do a show in the Burbs that you guys should come to.
I'm at SF Sketchfest in January. If you guys want to check that out, I should be at the store early January as well. Yeah.
I'm in San Diego last Friday.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Thank you always.
Oh, Max, you have to do make a whale noise. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Nice.